And out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Dishes it to Freak. Johnson the screen. And a wide open look for Freak. And it's off from three-point range. And here are the Hoyas now.
You know, Freak just hasn't been able to perform how we're accustomed to seeing him up until this point. I mean, he just hasn't been able to string anything together.
There are a lot of things that might be affecting him. You know, with his reputation, defenses will pay special attention to him, and that might be throwing him off a little bit here in this game.
Now here's Freak. Johnson outside. Freak with it. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks the three-pointer. Freak's got 6.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Now here's Harkless. He's tightly guarded. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Johnson can't hit.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
The Bruins leading by 4. Freak, he's in at the point. Thomas is out there with Johnson. And it's Morris in at the 3. And that one's good. Freak.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And for Georgetown, we've got Hodges, and it's Wilson in at the 2.
Well, there have been a lot of great players out of Georgetown over the years, most of them big men, but don't forget about Allen Iverson. He might just be the most popular.
And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
That's his first personal foul.
And while there is a little bit of distance between the two teams, one big run could close the gap in a hurry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. In order to hold on to this lead, they'll need to keep going to Freak to get things working for them offensively. His play in the second half of this game, critical.
Freak in at point guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5, down low. And for Georgetown, they've got Trice. Warren is out there with Price. Then there's Hudson. And it's Randolph in at the shooting guard position.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Here's Freak, 11 points in the game. From past the arc, and the Bruins another 3.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
Launches a 3. It's hauled in by the Hoyas.
Well, I tell you what, guys, so many great centers have come through Georgetown. For a while, they were the destination for great centers going into college. You can point to any of their teams and find an NBA center on the roster.
Clock at 6. Cans it from downtown. Freak's got 9 points now in just the second half. The Georgetown Hoyas have had so many great centers. Greg Monroe, Roy Hibbert, some of the more Greg recent guys.
Yeah, but don't forget about the one who kind of set that trend in motion. Patrick Ewing.
Oh, yeah.
was just a dominant force. And then you had Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning. And it's amazing. All of these guys we just named were picked in the top 7 of the NBA draft.
This is why everybody thinks Freak is the real deal. I mean, it's not that he takes over games like he has in this second half. It's that he does it to lead his team to wins. That's the big thing.
No doubt he's a winner through and through. A lot of success at the college level is talent, but what separates the good from the great is that competitive spirit, and Freak has that in spades.
Freak, he's in at point guard. Campbell is out there with Looney. Then it's Fresh, and it's Roberts in at the 5. And the foul called on Freak. Georgetown trails by 15. Harkless kicks to Felix. And the pass to Gonzalez. They set the pick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
1:49 left here in the second half. Freak with it. Gonzalez on him. And here's Freak. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Hodges. It's stolen by Johnson. And another miss by UCLA.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And guys, so many great players from UCLA in the NBA over the years. Kareem, a former Bruin. Bill Walton, also coming out of Westwood.
Cameron Felix.
Wow, Greg, all those great players you mentioned with UCLA, a lot of Hall of Famers in that list, Clark.
Yeah, and they've continued that tradition with current NBA stars, Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook, probably the two highest profile former Bruins in the NBA today.
Now here's what UCLA is going with on the floor. Roberts is checked in for Irving. Looney comes in for Johnson. Campbell, he's checked in for Porter. And Fresh subbed in for Freed.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bruins.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Freak. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
It's offline from half court. Now the Hoyas with it. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And the wide open shot from Warren misses the three. Now here's Freak. Out of bounds, Georgetown takes possession.
Hoyas ball.
5 seconds left in the second half of basketball, and it's denied, but he recovers it. So it's UCLA picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for joining us.